So, worse things really do happen at sea. And if you don't quite know how awful those things are, then Seaspiracy might just be the documentary for you. If you're wondering whether or not you should watch Seaspiracy, I would say if you care about issues like climate change, if you refuse to use plastic straws, if you care about dolphins, sharks, whales, the exotic fish that you don't think of as food, if you care about human exploitation, whether through slavery or poverty reinforced by the arms of the wealthiest nations that extend out and drag every resource into their own stockpile, if you're concerned about mercury et al. Contaminants in your food, if you are under the impression that you're currently consuming sustainably of sea life, or if you still believe the lie that fish don't feel pain, if you don't understand how some of these items relate to humans harvesting life from the ocean, then I would say please take 90 minutes and reconsider your relationship with that enigmatic sheet of twinkling sapphires that we seem hell-bent on nulling and dulling and snuffing with our endless, relentless pillaging. Personally, I truly felt that I knew a lot about the injustice inherent in human interaction with the marine world, but I was still completely blown away upon watching this documentary. I think the scale of destruction when you drag giant trawler nets through the mysterious briny blue is just always going to be beyond that which one can fathom. So although I might have felt like I knew, or although you might hear the number, you never actually compute it. You hear these enormous numbers, they never really truly get through the meaning, the full scale. It's always shocking every time you hear it. I mean, there's this part where the narrator, Seaspiracy, tries to put the extent of oceanic deforestation and zones of ocean bed scarring into real terms, and he lists that per year this is like losing Greenland, Norway, Sweden, Finland, Denmark, and you're like, that's insane. But he goes on, UK, Germany, France, Spain, Portugal, Italy, and you're like, what? That's unimaginable. But he goes on, Turkey, Iran, just stop. Thailand, you're speechless. Australia, and I'm not able to process that. It's 90 minutes of terrifying realization that the convenience man has sought has come at a price we cannot repay, and we just have to stop. But with so much spooky content to cram into the documentary, there's not a lot of focus on the lives of fish and their ability to feel pain and to suffer. Although it is referenced, particularly towards the end of the documentary. If you do wish to supplement your knowledge in that area, then I would recommend If Fish Could Scream, an essay by Peter Singer, which is in his book Why Vegan. If you look in the links below, there will be a link to my recommended reading list on bookpeople.org. There's a mix of all sorts of things in there, but bookpeople.org, if you don't know, is an organisation that supports local bookstores trying to reclaim some of the market back from Amazon. I've had great experiences with them and really support what they do. Anyway, please watch it. If you are someone who really loves the taste of fish, if you love eating fish, then just for you, I will be posting my favourite alternative to fish recipes. It's very, I mean, there are competing products out on the, like, you can't move for things like fish fingers these days in vegan form, but this will be sort of more sort of Whole Foods style of alternative recipes to fish. I'll post probably my top 3 or something just in the next few days, so if that suits you, then that's something to look out for. But yeah, just for me, watching that documentary, it really, although I didn't exactly need convincing, it really just brought home to me just how irresponsible it is for humans to carry on invading and disturbing the ocean. It's war on the ocean when we know full well that we haven't got a clue what's going on down there. It has its own sensitive ecosystem whose stability is essential for all life on Earth, and it might as well be another planet. I also just want to say I'm a huge sort of music freak, I suppose is the word, and in the spirit of this documentary I've sort of got 2 song recommendations for you if you want an absolutely tiny subject matter relevant playlist. So number 1 would be Beach Boys' Don't Go Near the Water, their Surf's Up album, which was sort of really environmentally focused. And Yes, the song Don't Kill the World by Yes, which was on their album Tomato. I'm not a massive prog fan usually. I mean, I like Pink Floyd and maybe 1 or 2 sort of prog rock outfits, but not usually into the progressive rock. But the Tomato album is really nostalgic for me. It's not that it was out when I was a child, but it's just one that I remember hearing a lot when I was a child. And there's this great lyric in Don't Kill the Whale that just always spoke sort of directly to my heart, which is, if time should allow, then we would judge all who came in the wake of our new age to stand for the frail. And that line's just been really inspiring to me, but, such is the subjectivity of art. So, believe it if you need it or leave it if you dare. Anyhow, I thought it was a great documentary. To be honest, my biggest complaint is that it featured Sea Shepherd, because that's always been my go-to runaway fantasy. Whenever I feel unhappy with my lot in life, I always just think, oh, I'll run away and join Sea Shepherd. But yeah, now I'm worried that there'll be a boom of new recruits for Sea Shepherd, as they're going to get a bit of fresh attention and I'll lose my emergency exit strategy. So, well, watch Seaspiracy. We're in a state of emergency and it deserves your attention.